Okay, I've got 5 good ones to do from a kind of a standing position. First one is going to be a squat. I'm going to use the broomstick for all 5 of these. So for the squat, have something behind you and start with the stick kind of overhead. Just try to get your arms, straight up and far back as comfortable. And then with keeping your back and arms straight, you're just going to try to go down as far as you can, or until you hit like a chair or something behind you. So if you can only go down this far, that's fine to start with. Just try to get 10 reps of these nice and slow, and pause on the bottom. With your knees and toes, they can be in, but just make sure your knees and your toes point in the same direction. And a nice wide one is good for like the adductors and getting that stretched out. Okay, so it's a basic overhead squat. The next one, we're going to call it a bodyweight deadlift, but it's built on something called a hip hinge, which is in a lot of exercises. So I got to show you how to do a hip hinge. It looks simple, but it's not natural for a lot of people. So just what it looks like is this. And you can have some bend in your knees or not. That's not really the point. The point is your back is very straight, and you're driving with this part of your body, the upper part, your hamstrings and your glute. And you're just kind of sticking them back, and you're driving forward, and with those muscles, really activating those. So if I were to go all the way down, that's primarily what's going to lift me up. That's called a hip hinge. And I'll show you 2 ways to kind of make sure you get that right. Take your broomstick and put it on your back with 3 points of contact. Touching your head, the middle part of your spine, and then kind of your tailbone area here. It's in 3 points. Now I'm going to use my fingers like a crab, and so I can feel that the broomstick is touching my tailbone. And keep this motion, keeps all 3 points always. Now if you find that you break off that like that, that's not right. So make sure you come back to that, and you're doing the motion with all 3 points. Essentially, you're kind of sticking your butt out and then squeezing your butt and your hamstrings to bring it back up. Another cue is if you were to hold this out and you go down, you press this comes forward as my butt goes out. This stick comes forward. That's kind of another cue. So, okay, basic hip hinge here for this bodyweight deadlift with the broomstick. Just going to go down, bring you back up. Do 10 good reps, as far down as you're comfortable. I have long arms and good flexibility, so for me, I can go down pretty far, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's call that a bodyweight deadlift for right now. Number 3 is going to kind of do another type of squat that's going to target something really different. We'll call this the Patrick step for right now. But there's a lot of variety on this. We're going to keep it real simple, and with the broom like in one hand for good balance, you're just going to kind of lift one leg a little bit, and then just tap your heel out in front like that. Probably want the broom out a little bit. and just make sure your knees not, is feeling okay for this, that it's comfortable. And just go out nice and slow, put a hand out for balance. And do a little pause at the end. As you work up, you'll get stronger. Your knee will get stronger over time. It'll take a while, and then you'll be able to go deeper and deeper. Okay, so like 10 each side. You can take a break, do 5, 5, 5, and 5. This is a good challenging exercise. It looks simple, but builds a lot of strength that you don't get otherwise. We'll call that a Patrick step, even though really he does it on a step block, but it's the same basically. So for number 4, so use your stick for balance. We're going to get our feet, we're going to do some calf raises, but instead of just, they'll be hip width apart, but you're going to take a step back, and I'll call this the B stand. I didn't already, yeah, B stand, like letter B. You take a step back, and just going to kind of squat down a good bit until you bend your knees, and I'm just going to go up like a calf raise. See if you can do 10 each side. So like 10 like this, switch, and then 10 this way. Like you have over here for better balance, right? Making kind of a triangle with the broomstick and your feet. Okay, so 10 there. B stand, calf raise. The last one, we're going to call this a lateral step. And it's pretty simple. Just start on one side and step forward and back. And like the wider and the deeper you go, the better, but just start out to where like trying to hit like 10 is, you're feeling like a good amount of work. So like it'd be and 1 and 2 and 3, etc. You can do these, you can come up with the other side too, and 1. And, pause at each side. So either way is fine. I have shoes on this time, but if you can do this whole thing barefoot, that's way better. So like if you're inside or wherever, if you can do that. So yeah, have fun.